I'll tell you what it is in a second.
Hello, YouTube. I'm just starting. We here. I'm here sitting in on a class with the person who inspired me to do what I'm doing now. And we just have a young lady here to the right of me. She's loading the magazine. And she will be certified today after her class. So we're just sitting in. So feel free to join us. Ask any questions. Put comment below. Oh, you can't see me. I am the face of Women Shoot 2.
So, you know how to do that, right? This is the good well.
I know.
No, you have one of these?
No.
The easy slide?
I've seen guns before, though.
I mean, I didn't mean to say this is a gun. I didn't mean to say that. Okay, so, you know what a serial number and all that stuff is on the gun? You know what it is? Okay, so anytime that you have a gun, all the information that you need to know is on the gun, right? You have the make, the model. You know how you have like a Honda Civic and all that stuff. So it's the same thing here. You have the make, Smith & Wesson, the model, easy slide, and all that stuff on the gun.
Okay.
Serial numbers on the gun also.
Okay.
Okay. So if you take that paper right there, not this one, two right there, So when you travel, you do a lot of traveling, right?
I do.
You guys, so these are the states that you need to look at when you get your CCW. These are the states that you need to look at because they don't recognize Missouri's concealed carry permit.
Okay.
So what you do is you just go online. If you're going, let's say for instance you're traveling to Nevada, so there's states in between. So if you're going to hit those states, you just want to take a look at it and see, okay, which ones do and which ones they don't. So if it's Nevada, they don't, then you have to look at and see what they want. So a lot of times they just say, okay, you can have a gun, but you just can't have it readily available.
Right.
So you just drop the magazine, put it in the trunk, and then put the gun in the glove compartment, something like that, so you can't get to it.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Okay.
Here, these right here is RSMO 571 563. This is where you want all the specific laws. So, like I tell everybody else, a lot of times people talk about how, you know, like they want to, like online, what they might do is they might ask you all these questions, right? I won't tell you how to stay out of trouble. You don't need to know, like, if you commit a crime with a gun. The first offense is 3 years. Second offense is 5 years. Third offense is 10 years added on to just like armed criminal action and whatever you do, like robbery. You need to know that because we won't stay out of jail anyway, right? We don't need to know that I'm gonna get 10 years because I'm not gonna do anything wrong in the first place. But if you want to find out, that's where you're gonna go.
Okay.
Okay. So a lot of times I think online what they'll do is they'll hit you with a whole bunch of all these questions and answers, but I'm just gonna tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, and in that way all the other stuff is irrelevant. Okay. So this is where you're gonna keep. This is yours. You can write on it too. Okay. So RSMO 571 563. We'll talk about the rest of this stuff in a minute. Okay. You already know how to load this right here. Those are the state requirements. Okay. My curriculum and the state requirements is almost a mirror, but it's a little bit. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more. Okay. So then that way you'll have more information. You're unique versus Rashana and Erica, and the reason why is because you have a husband at home. They don't. They're by themselves, just like I am. Okay. Now, of course, if he goes out of town or something, you'll be alone, or you might have your son there. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have anybody to live that lives with them that they can rely on. You do. So it's good and it's better for you, but for them, being able to keep themselves safe, they have this stuff is like big time. Also, since you have a young man at home, I mean, I understand, you know, he might know how to use it, but a lot of times you want to lock it up. Okay, if you're not using it. I don't know if your husband carries. If he doesn't carry, so he doesn't. So it's yours. So when you leave, you keep it locked up. Okay,
the clip is separate from the gun.
Right, it's unloaded.
Different rooms.
Right. So here's the deal, right? that's the reason why I only deal with responsible people, because a lot of this stuff you already know. You know you can't leave your gun out, because if you leave it out, you know your son might have a friend or somebody come over and they start playing with it. Next thing you know, you have some problems. I'm just here to enhance what you have with your responsibility and pretty much weapons handling. That's the big thing, because I want you to be a really good shooter. All the people that went through the class, they just listened and then they became, you know, good shooters. Erica here is a really good shooter, so she's getting ready to enhance and go do more weapons handling advanced, and you'll be there too. Okay. So what we're going to do is, you already know how to load. So what I want you to do is, I want you to load one magazine. So you understand that when you have a magazine here, that's how many bullets go in, right? Understand that. You know what this is? It's like a speed loader. So you know how when you put the bullets in, it gets heavy when you put all of them in there? So the speed loader is easier. Just push it down and just drop it in there. Okay? So I want you to load this one.
You hear all that, ladies? Get in tune. Kobe, is there anything you want to say to the camera?
No, not yet. I'm just gonna, all the stuff that we that they need to know, we're going to go through, and if they have any questions, they can do it, right? So listen. So with this, chip goes up.
Oh, got it.
It's okay.
You left hand.
Right.
So it's two different magazines. 9mm like you got. This is a 380. Okay. So remember, like we have when you when you got a 9mm, what kind of bullets you got?
Hollow point.
9mm.
That's all I know.
That's all you know is 9. Okay.
All I know is hollow point.
Okay. So really they have a lot of different type of ammo, right? But what you need to be, like they have centerfire, rimfire, whatever. Who cares? When you go to the range, they usually use ball rounds, okay? Hollow points is for self-protection. They're supposed to kill quicker, right?
That's what my dad said.
Yeah, they're supposed to kill quicker. But I mean, ball rounds will work. Of course, it's a gun, right? They'll work, but they start shooting all these different type of ammo. Who cares? You get ball rounds, they will work, but they usually shoot those at the range.
Okay.
The hollow points are supposed to kill. It's for self-protection. It's supposed to kill quicker. Simple. This right here, you know about the magazine. This is how many bullets you can put in there. And just remember, when you put them in, that it goes up. Right? Put them in correct, because once you insert it, sometimes in certain guns, when you put them in the wrong, they'll try to fire out, but then either gun will explode or it'll backfire, so you don't want that, right?
Yeah.
So you did it right on this one. This one right here is right, okay? This is the easy slide. This particular weapon, I found out about it because of Erica, okay? Because my thing was, I always wanted people to get a Glock, okay? To get a Glock. Well, sometimes, and you will see, I'll let you play with it a little bit, you'll see that this, it's kind of hard to handle. And when we start doing weapons handling, you will see the difference between this one and this one, right? So she did the research on this particular gun, and so this was like a year ago, okay? But now everybody's coming out starting to say that it's a good weapon. Well, she did the research like a year ago. I wasn't even on board until maybe 2 or 3 months ago, when I realized that it's the best gun for women to have to shoot. And you will see, because this is the one you're going to qualify with. Yeah. It's an automatic weapon, same thing, okay? Same thing. All right, so we went through that. This is what I want you to take a look at. This right here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop there, and then we're gonna wait for LaShawn. Okay. So take a look at those. And basically what this means is if you stay true to these rules right here, which are universal throughout the United States, you're going there, they're worded different, but they're the same. If you stick to these rules, then you won't have any accidental discharges, you won't accidentally shoot nobody, you won't shoot yourself in the foot, you won't be pointing a gun at people. All this stuff right here is universal, and it's basically just to keep yourself out of trouble. Because, you know, the unlawful use of weapons and armed criminal action and all that stuff, it comes from a lot of times people break some of these rules. Okay? So look at that, and then we're gonna pause and wait for Rashana.
Got it.
Now this is the one you bought me?
Want
Yeah.
one of those?
That's the one my sister bought
I
me.
just got one of
Quit
those.
smiling.
Who bought you that?
Yeah, my sister bought. This is the
Your
one my
sister
sister
bought
bought me
you
that.
It comes with a little remote too.
Yeah, his sister bought him that.
right now where he
Girl, because he was making them videos that was cut off right here. I said, brother, let me make something.
Don't
let me
laugh
help
at
you
her,
out.
Terry.
Terry, did you see them videos where he was cut off right here? I was like, and he talking, you can't even see his mouth. I said, this baby needs
You
a
ordered it from
tripod.
Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
It was
$20.
It's like $20. Yeah. It came the next day. You got Prime? It came the next day.
But I know somebody who do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has a little remote and you can start it, baby, because he was giving them things like, yeah, something. I was like,
So that's what you was using the remote to start and stuff on your
Yeah.
videos?
Yep, I was.
Okay, I'm gonna be moving it. Ooh, I'm gonna be.
All right, go ahead and rack your. Now
Okay.
everybody sees that
there we go.
their weapon is
Now.
not loaded. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and load your magazines, guys, with the bullet, the
I had 3. What happened?
dummy bullets. Right here. Dummy bullets that you have. Go ahead. You don't have to use that, Terry.
I
You
like
can just.
to.
Oh, you like it?
What, the
Those
logo?
are so the easy slide is easier to use.
Yeah.
Put everything is easy.
I don't like when I have to press it down in there.
Yeah.
It's challenging once you start
All right.
filling it up.
Erica, go ahead and rack yours. Pull the no.
What does that mean?
Okay, rack the slide.
You mean
Just pull it, yeah. All right, sit it down. So go ahead and grab yours, Terry. Okay, grab it. Pull the slide. This is the slide right here, right? All right, sit it down. Look. So when you guys are handling your weapons, remember, okay, the ridge is here. That's what the ridges are for. I know that sometimes it's hard. It's hard to do it. You have to put your hand on top. But if your hand gets caught in the injection chamber, you can get nabbed, right?
Mm.
So use the ridges in the back
Okay.
when you lock it into the rear. It's easy. This is the reason why we call it the easy slide.
Okay.
You see the slide is easy? On this one here, it's a little bit more harder. Okay? Actually,
You want me to use this?
I want you to use yours.
Why does that just
Hold on a second.
That's part of your what do you call it? Safety. So
Yeah.
in order for your gun to shoot, you got to engage here and here.
Okay.
That's part of your safety, which is good. Do you have? Look, you see where mine is? Mine is on here. So I have to engage this and this in order to shoot. But yours, it has to be here. If you don't have your hand all the way there, so it won't just go off. Let's just say if you like this and you try to pull the trigger, you got to engage here and here.
We'll go through the nomenclature in a second,
Okay.
which that's all the parts of the weapon, and then we'll talk about the safety features on the different guns.
Not that close.
Which, you see how she knows everything about hers? That's what you want to know about yours, right? This is just the one that you're shooting today, but yours at home, you can go on and find out about all the safety features.
Whose gun is this?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
mine.
okay.
That's
I
mine.
should have brought mine, but I didn't.
Oh, so
What you got? You got this? The
I'm
Ruger?
not- I got a Ruger 9mm, but mine isn't as small as yours.
That's not mine. The
Mine
EC9.
is about
Go
the
ahead and
same
use
size.
your dummy bullets.
Put my dummy bullets in.
But my dad told me to sell it and get a Smith & Wesson.
I like it personally.
I don't like guns at all. I
I
was
like.
traumatized as a child by guns, so I just haven't really messed with them since then.
Go ahead and pull your slide, Rashawn. All right. So go ahead and load your magazine in your gun. Everybody. Rack one in the chamber. Take it. So that's it, right? Okay, it's good. Now, what I want you to do, I'm going to touch your hand a second. When you grab it, always grab it up here, guys. This is important. When you grab your weapon, always grab it up here in the backstop, okay? Because a lot of times you'll see some of the people that think they can shoot. All this right here, the movement, it'll hurt your wrist, and that's why you see a whole bunch of bullets all over the target.
Not accurate. Yeah.
Right. So get your hand right up under there, up under the backstop, and you have good control over it. Let's try that. With your right hand, right? Just grab it. Okay. Now, finger is on the side of this, right there. That's how you grab it, nice and tight. Okay. Now rack it. That's good. Okay, sit it down. That's okay. All right. Unload your weapon. Take out the magazine. Rack the slide 3 times. Rack it 3 times.
Even though I see the bullet come out?
Yep.
You want me to?
Go ahead and lock it to the rear. I'm going to help Terry. Lock your gun to the rear. Okay. So what you're going to do, let it go. What you're going to do is turn it over. Put your thumb here. You see this space? This space has to be behind this. So once you pull it to the back, just push this up and let it go, and it'll lock. Okay? So you maintain the integrity of your muzzle. Push it up, let it go. So, let it go. So, okay, so look, when you grab it, this is how I do it. Just take it different. That's the reason why it's easy. You can take it here. Now you can pull it up.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. My hand's too small to do it how you was doing it.
Okay. Try it. Grab it.
And I will get the bars because I hate that.
Now let it go. There it is. Okay.
Sorry.
Grab it. Everybody grab the weapon. Okay. Maintain it. Stick your finger in there. Stick your finger in there. No. Stick your finger in here. The other finger.
To make sure that there's no
bullets. Do it again. Look away. Do it again. You can do that several times. Now rack the slide.
Where do you look away from?
I'll tell you in a second. So someone say that it's like a check on top of the check. Okay. This is what I say. You know how sometimes you look at something and you think you saw something, but you have to kind of like readjust your eyes. So you go and readjust and then look to make sure there's nothing in there. So understand something. What are the reasons why you'll pull your gun out, right? To protect yourself, to clean it, or to shoot it. To protect yourself. That's it. I've seen people, they have guns, they pull them out, people start looking at them, and they'll take them out, some people take it out and put it on the table, and everybody's looking at it, touching it. That's how accidents happen. If somebody wants to see what kind of gun you have, you know what you tell them? Go to the gun store, let them handle it, and then they can look at it or go online. You don't let nobody see your weapon. It's for your personal protection, that's it. Okay? What I do, and it's up to you, what I do is, when I finish using my gun, I don't take it out. I leave it, I take it out here, and sit it down.
Yeah, the people I've been around, that's what they do. They take the whole.
Right, just take the whole thing out, right? If you get one, understand your retention on your holster, okay? It's always good to have some type of retention on it sometimes because the gun will come out, you know, like you're walking around. So just the retention is always good. It's up to you, okay?
I like that one. Where did you get that from? I didn't know they had something.
I gave you one.
No, you didn't.
I gave you this.
You gave me that hard one that the police officers use. But you didn't give me one with the hole like that.
Oh my God. This
That's
is the
cool. They
left
don't even
one.
gotta take it out the thing.
This
That's
is the
fine.
left one. Here.
I know one I could jog with it.
Right.
I go
Can I
jogging
see it?
every day.
Can I
Huh?
see that weapon? Because you don't want me to bring mine out, so I don't want to
So
upset you.
if you
Oh yeah.
if you have, I might give you,
You
this
like
one
that?
and you
That's
just to
big.
see.
Because you ain't even got to take
Okay.
it take it out.
Brother, let me
This
see
is
yours.
good. This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So what you do?
this is the left one. So you put it in there and lock it.
This little tiny baby is tiny. It don't
Yeah,
even.
but I mean,
Well,
it's still. I had one like, but it's still
I
good to
do.
go.
I like this. I
Yeah.
like this one.
You can go on Amazon. If I think I might have another one. If I can, I'm gonna try to get
No,
all
it's
you
cool.
guys.
I get one. But I like
get
this.
one on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
like
got
that.
Amazon.
I like this. That it's soft. This
Yeah.
one is. This one is a little bit more.
It's a little
Oh,
harder.
because it's harder than the one I use, but I didn't
Yeah.
know they had these kind with the
Yeah.
I like that right there.
This is a
Hey,
left-handed
you been
holster.
holding out on me. This is why is it so hard like that? How is it so hard?
Excuse me. Here.
the material. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll take that one.
Yeah. That's not. I like that.
Can I
'cause
see
that's-
yours again? Just,
That's the one.
That's the one that
Oh,
he
you mean
had.
the gun?
oh, that he fitted in.
Yeah, that's the
Is it
one.
small?
Yeah. Okay.
I probably need a smaller one.
Yeah. So some people say, I asked somebody not too long ago why didn't it have a holster. He was like, I don't like the roll like that. Okay. Always get you a concealed.
I generally don't have a tire that is holster appropriate,
Mhm.
i.e., you know.
Right.
So usually,
A fanny pack.
yeah, that's it. Just
Yeah, I thought
Right,
about
that's
jogging
right.
with a fan.
It just be in
Yeah,
my
he got a
handbag.
fanny pack. A lot of
Yeah.
yeah. When you out there
And so
running
when I
and
don't
stuff,
have,
Yeah.
y'all everywhere
now they do
Yeah.
have. Now you can look up. They do have like sports bras, and then they
with
have
the thing.
shirts
Yeah, they do.
with it
I've
in
seen
there.
them.
So you can look at it if you want to carry it. That's probably the best time because understand something, guys. People are not the only things you have to worry about.
I
Yeah, I
know. I got
Dogs.
I got chased by deer with all these freaking horns.
What? And dogs.
Yeah.
You
Pit
in
bulls.
deep territory out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you ain't got to
Mostly
tell
men
me.
that's
I be
scary.
up in the when I go on them trails and stuff by myself.
What?
right.
Men.
Oh.
Gotta have something, right?
Hey, I ain't. Yeah,
Where you,
I ain't
Right.
playing.
where you live at?
It's nobody.
Okay,
like
where
me.
we at on here? We on nomenclature?
So we get ready to get to nomenclature.
Because I'm
yeah.
keep you.
All right, you can have that. That's what I want you to keep it.
No, she
No,
wants
she
to
said
she gonna keep you on
wants you to
schedule.
keep you on
Oh,
track.
that's what's up.
Nomenclature.
Well,
Let's go.
we it's more stuff that I want. That's just something to go by. So we have talked about.
We ain't know your target and what's beyond it. Did I miss that?
Just a minute, please. Okay.
Don't put
We
it
did talk about the safety, the universal safety rules. Okay, that's what they are. Universal. You can go online, you can look at those. Okay, and they'll be worded the same way or different. So basically, it's treat all weapons as if they were loaded.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's why y'all want us pointing them at each other while
Right.
we're in here. I got you.
Keep all weapons. Treat all weapons as if they were loaded.
I got you.
You keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't point your weapon at anything unless you intend to destroy it. So I point it this way. This is like my downrange area.
Mhm.
If you're at home, because you have to understand something. When you clear Glocks, you have to pull the trigger. That's the reason why you have to clear them first. Some weapons, you don't have to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Some of them you do. This one you don't. So it just depends when you're trying to break it down because we're going to go through how to clean it, right? So treat all weapons as if they were loaded. You keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. You don't point your weapon at anything unless you intend to destroy it. So that means when you're pointing it at the ground, not at your leg. So just say for instance that it does go off, at least
It's not pointing.
it's not pointed
Yeah.
at something that your leg, some people
Right.
shoot themselves in the leg, foot, and all that, right?
That's very common.
Yes, because because you'll see this when people grab their gun, the first thing they'll do is they'll put the finger on the trigger.
Yeah.
If you go through my videos, that's the first thing that I put. You grab it and you keep your finger off the trigger.
Yeah.
You keep it on the side of the slide.
Yeah.
Okay? And know your target and what's beyond it. And what that means is, if I'm aiming at something, and like I was telling you about those high velocity bullets, they can go through and then it can hit somebody else behind it. Okay? So basically, if you got somebody that's threatening you with a knife, and you got your gun on them, but it's a million people behind them.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, so you might want to step offline and then or back out of there. That's why I tell people about de-escalating situations. If I got a gun and he's way over there, okay, man, I just bag on out there and get in my car and go. But if he starts running at me, if I got people over, I might step offline.
Change your angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we become good shooters, I might take a shot at his leg. That way, I might take his leg out, and then I can save him, I can save the people behind him, and I can also tell people, hey, I wasn't trying to kill him, I just wanted to stop him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So become the best shooter possible, which we'll go through that, and you guys will become good shooters. All you got to do is listen. And then that's it. So the full universal: treat all weapons as if they were loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot.
So the finger always
right
you
here.
showed me that, so I do this all the time. So just right here with like with the barrel of it.
Yep.
This tight.
Yep.
This here.
Always grab it just like that.
Yeah. That feels like a lot of control.
A lot of control.
Yeah.
If people try to take it from you, and I'm gonna show you how to hold it. So when you're shooting, same way, all the time. Even if somebody tries to take it with weapon retention and all that, you have a good hold on it.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? You guys want some water? I bought.
Sure.
I bought
I'll
essential
take the water now.
Essential water. You want a water?
He done asked y'all for water a million
Oh, we
times.
get
I'll take the water, Kobe. Thank you.
No. You're talking about.
And I'm happy that it's essential because actually I stopped at the Quick Trip not too far from here and they didn't even sell essential water. I had an attitude.
Really? Which one? You must have went to
There
the.
you go, man.
Ooh, he got some essential he giving away for. You know,
Take a sip.
Look, when you know you was having a class at my house, I gave out Fuji.
Yeah.
I only did it that one day. I ain't give
Earlier
it
that
out.
week.
Like, you bougie, honey.
They
Y'all
was
got
the mini bottles.
She said, Fuji water is good.
What's for breakfast? What are you in there eating?
Right, that ain't on the.
He told me he had chitlins for breakfast. Talk about I
Oh,
could.
we would have known if you had
I
chitlins
could.
up in here, baby.
Y'all want some more?
I don't eat chocolate, but thank you.
Oh,
You sure don't.
I got.
Give you a headache or
I'll
something.
put some of that good
It's
stuff on
nasty.
that. What's in
It's
that
so
box?
much.
Give me some of them chips. Them plain. No, that's okay. I don't want to be.
You can eat whatever you want up there.
I'm ready.
I'll just wait. We ready to get
Nomenclature.
Nomenclature.
Mm-hmm.
Parts of the weapon. Reason why that's important is, so say for instance, I'm not saying that this has ever happened, but if you went through my class and you just so happen to protect yourself and they want to sit you on a stand, a lot of these things, they'll ask you, hey, if you took a CCW class, what is nomenclature? What you gonna say? Parts of the weapon. Okay. Let's talk about it. Rear sight.
That's these two things that you look through the
Yes.
aim, right? Okay.
Yes.
The
Front
two-
sight.
Where? Yeah.
Front sight.
What's front sight? This?
This.
Yep. Front
Okay.
sight.
So when you line up something to aim, I look to try to make sure the front sight line in between the rear sight.
So yeah, so what you will see,
Okay.
is you'll see this, right?
Yep.
And a lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
look at the gun, right?
Yep.
The gun is straight. A lot of times I'll say, why don't you, you'll see like the target will be low, right? People will do this. Okay, or
you can't
you
see.
see some, right. You see, want to shoot high, shoot at the head. They do this. No good. Because you're not looking through the sights. The gun should always be leveled like this. If I want to shoot down, what do I use? I use my arms up and down.
Right.
And I'm always aiming. A lot of people might shoot with both eyes open. Okay? Some people shoot with both eyes open. I don't. And here's the reason why. Because I'm always aiming. I'm always aiming at what I'm shooting at. And I'm always taking my time. Now, like what we used to do is, like, you won't be able to do it at the range when we go to the range, but at the police academy we used to have to pull out, right? And so what people to do is they'll grab their weapon and go out slow, and then they try to go fast with the trigger squeeze. Don't work like that. That's the reason why when I used to have people, I say, okay, first thing you're going to do when they come to the agency, you draw the weapon 500 times. Get used to it. Because when you go out and you punch it out, that's what's quick. The trigger squeeze is slow. I'm always angry. I used to get out fast, and then I'll be ready to rock and roll. And I used to shoot quick, but you have to practice that. Okay. So what I mean is, if you carry your weapon here, you know, take some time. Now, I'm not telling you to do it with bullets in, but take some time to know where your weapons is, how to pull it. Well, some people do. I don't go from the back.
My brother's been working on that a lot.
For drawing, yeah, draw.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it. Okay. Now, what you will see is, I talk about stance, because what I used to, before I became a firearms instructor, I used to do defensive tactics. So I put it all together. Okay. So with the nomenclature, I just talked about the aiming, the sight picture, and sight alignment. Sight picture and sight alignment is what you see here. You never worry about what's going on down there. When we get to the range, I always start at the 3. Because remember, a lot of people like to take, the first thing they want to do is take the target way down to the end. Remember, if you have problems at the 3, you're definitely going to have problems at the 15. It's the same thing. So if you can't hit everything in the circle or in the middle of the target at the 3, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be all off the target. So you can practice right there. Okay? 90% of shooting is squeezing the trigger slow. Because a lot of times you might not even have, I might be standing like this shooting, or I might have got shot and I might have to, everything is triggers, 90% of trigger squeeze. But I talk about stances because when you're, like, every situation is not going to be as you pull your gun out and you shoot people, right? You might have somebody like the same size, they don't have no weapon, but you got your gun on them and she's walking up on you. I'm not saying that you couldn't pull your weapon and say, hey, I'm loaded, I have a weapon on me. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, when somebody get up to you, if you're in a good proper stance, you got your weapon away. If you're right-handed, you're giving them your weapon here. So I stand back. I can box. You saw my video, you can box, throw elbows, knees, and you still protect your weapon. You need to go to your weapon, okay? They put it away. A lot of times you can get out of there, but I got my weapon, they don't have no weapons, and I put it away, and then I try to talk to them back. And they start coming up to them, you can bag up a little bit and start doing your bit. But every situation is not going to be where you use your gun. So in defensive tactics, I use the stance.